Let us begin with a rather curious question. Why is it that so many of us find it easier to love others than to love ourselves? It seems paradoxical, doesn't it? After all, if you cannot find worth within yourself, how can you truly give anything of value to someone else? You see, we live in a world that conditions us to believe that self-love is selfish. We are told that thinking highly of ourselves is vanity, and yet we're expected to carry the weight of other people's needs as if our own are unimportant. And so we abandon ourselves, seeking validation, love, and meaning from others. But here lies the trick. You cannot give what you do not possess. Imagine a cup that is empty. No matter how hard you try, you cannot pour from it into another's cup. It is only when the cup is full, overflowing even, that you have something to give. To love oneself is not to indulge in arrogance or selfishness. It is to embrace the truth of what you are, a being as flawed and magnificent as any other. Self-love is an acceptance, a quiet recognition that your existence, like the tree or the star, has its place in the grand tapestry of life. But most of us, I dare say, are afraid to look inward. We fear what we might find. Our mistakes, our insecurities, our shadows. Yet, it is in facing these very shadows that we find the light. For self-love begins with self-understanding. When we cannot love ourselves, we seek love elsewhere, not as a gift to share, but as a bandage for our wounds. We look to others to complete us, to fill the void. But herein lies the great folly. No one can complete you. If you are empty within, every drop of love you receive will simply spill out. No amount of external affection can heal the absence of inner love. And so, relationships built on this foundation often crumble, not because the other person failed us, but because we failed to nurture ourselves first. What does it mean to love oneself? First, it means to forgive. Forgive yourself for not being perfect, for the mistakes, the failures, and even the moments of unkindness. To be human is to err, and in that erring, to learn. Second, self-love is about presence. It is the practice of being with yourself, truly and wholly, without distraction. Sit in silence and listen, not to the noise of the world, but to the whisper of your own heart. It knows what you need, even when your mind does not. And finally, to love oneself is to act in kindness toward yourself. Treat yourself as you would a dear friend, with compassion, patience, and care. This is not selfishness, it is sanity. Now let us consider this. When you love yourself, something remarkable happens. You no longer approach relationships as a beggar seeking alms, but as a giver, overflowing with love to share. The neediness fades, and in its place arises a quiet confidence, a magnetism born of self-assurance. Others, too, are drawn to this energy. For when you are at peace with yourself, you create a space where others feel safe to be themselves. This is the paradox of self-love. It is deeply personal, yet profoundly communal. So, I leave you with this thought. You are not a puzzle to be solved, nor a problem to be fixed. You are a mystery to be embraced, a symphony of light and shadow, love and pain, ever unfolding. And in that unfolding, remember this: the greatest gift you can give to the world is a whole and loving you. Take the time to know yourself, to love yourself, for when you do, you will find that love. True love is not something you seek, but something you are.